Hi everyone, I just had a thought. I think the thing that brought me and Aaron together was that, like a feeling of emptiness or loneliness or something. And he was very good at giving me a lot of attention in the beginning of the relationship. And I think the reason he can't be happy in a relationship is because something happened in his past, which he told me about. And I don't think he's forgiven himself for it or forgiven the situation. And something happened in my past as well, which I would rather not talk about on here because I have family members watching this as well. But something happened in my past, which, yeah. So I think that was part of. I think that was part of the reason why me and Aaron come together. On the same mental plane. I'm gonna have a shower in a minute. Look at the time. I've got a pep to walk, and meeting Kath for going to Birmingham as well. So I just spent an hour. It's 9:30 now. I just spent an hour praying for Aaron and his family, and my family and friends and everyone, which I do for my own peace of mind. Because it's like Lincoln said, that I should elevate myself out of these negative emotions, and praying for someone is like pretty much a perfect way. It's almost like a flawless way of rising, of elevating your soul beyond all those negative emotions. Because I have had a lot of negative emotions, and many times during my life, many times I felt like killing myself, many times I felt depressed, many times I've had a lot of problems. I've had problems with neighbours, I've had neighbours putting cigarettes through my door in the past. I've had problems with relationships in the past, and obviously my dad had a brain hemorrhage when I was 8 years of age. So my family background was quite stressful, and I think that has made me quite a needy person in general. I think that's definitely made me a needy person. I mean, every night when I was about 8 years of age, every night we was always going to the hospital. Every night, every evening after school. I remember the rain teeming down on my mum's car. I remember the music that was playing in my mum's car. I remember the feeling of complete hopelessness. I remember the feeling of complete hopelessness, like it was the end of the world. I remember the state that my mum was in after my dad had his brain hemorrhage. I remember my sister, who was only 5 years of age at the time, I remember her crying out for my dad's affection. I remember myself crying out for my dad's affection when I was younger. I mean, I don't do it now, but when I was younger. So it's been a long time since I talked about some of these issues, so it's quite emotional. I remember when I was young, as a teenager, I remember blaming myself for my dad's illness. I remember thinking if I'd gotten back from school earlier, or I would have seen my dad. I don't know, I just remember blaming myself for it. I remember seeing the stew that had been completely burned over because my dad had a headache. He left work and he made a stew for us all, and he collapsed on the floor. He managed to ring my grandparents at the time, and then he just collapsed after he'd rang them, and he was rushed to hospital. And he was on life support for 6 months, and he was in hospital in total for 3 years. And then my mum looked after him. He was severely disabled. He couldn't walk or anything, and my mum looked after him, and she looked after us. And I remember my childhood being difficult. Yeah, I remember my childhood being really difficult. I remember rushing round before school, rushing round to get pads for my dad, rushing round to help my mum clean up my dad off the commode. I remember wanting to. I remember wanting to kill myself when I was about 9, 10 years of age. No, I was about 11 years of age. I remember literally sitting in the bathroom window at my mum's and literally trying to chuck myself out. My mum grabbed me by the waist and pulled me back in. I remember waking up every day thinking that the life was over. I remember thinking, that it was finished and that life was not worth living. I remember thinking that constantly at the age of about 11, 10 years of age. I saw a child counsellor, a psychologist, at the age of about 12, 13. And I saw him for a couple of years, and he diagnosed my autism as well. I just remember my mum changing from this really nice, sweet person who always used to cuddle me if my dad smacked me or something. And then I remember my mum changing from that person to this person that was almost insane. Like, my mum changed. My mum changed. She would throw remotes at my head, or go completely mad and hit us with shoes, and remember when I was about 11 years of age, I think me and my sister must have been playing up. I remember my mum whacking us with a high heel shoe, and I remember being really scared. And I don't think my mum managed very well with my dad's illness. It was a lot. My mum's been through a lot. She's been through a hell of a lot. My mum has. My dad's family also made it difficult for my mum at the time because they were blaming my mum at the time, so they made it more difficult. My mum looked after my dad for 3 years, and then my mum pretty much had a breakdown, and my nan looked after my dad for a couple of years until my nan died. I've never said all that before. I mean, I might have said it to a counsellor before, but I've never said it on camera before. I think I turned to meditation to escape all the pain. To escape all the pain in my life. Because I've lived with someone who's got schizophrenia and different mental health issues. Aaron's also got mental health issues as well. Yeah. I think my childhood was I wouldn't say it was crap, because there were good times, but there were very few and far between. It was mostly pain. That's the main thing I can remember about my childhood. Pain. Pain, pain, and more pain. I remember having this obsession that my heart was going to stop when I was about 11 or 12 years of age. I used to be worrying constantly. I remember going to my dad's mum's. I remember sitting up by the window, staring out at my nan's garden. I remember doing that for hours on end because I just felt like it was the end of the world. I felt very lost as a child, very confused, very hurt and upset. And I'm sure my sister did as well, because it was very hard for us. My mum was on the verge of. My mum did actually have a breakdown, but I don't know how she done it. She kept having a dream before my dad had the illness. She kept having a dream where she was at work, and the phone rang, and it said that my dad's been rushed into hospital. And my mum had that dream a couple of times, and she told